Hello everyone, Leah here. In today's video, let's talk about creative growth and basically just getting messy. Creative growth, and more importantly, I think creative expression, can't truly happen until you let go, embrace the mess, try new things, make ugly art, and just let go. During today's painting, I didn't go in with any intentions for what I would make. My only goal was to experiment, move my body, and shut down all those voices. I grabbed some of my favorite things, like my scrapbooking paper sheets that I purchased off of Etsy. I have a whole bunch of these, and some of them are old Shakespeare plays, some are Grimm tales, and some are just random book pages that you can purchase. As for the paints and the other supplies that I'm using, what I did was grab my favorite colors, the ones that I've been really gravitating towards, and some of the ones that I've just been like, you know what? I've missed using you. You are a pretty color. I definitely didn't think about what my color palette should be or how much of what colors I would use. I knew this could all end in an ugly painting. But that can be where the fun begins, in the unknown of what you're going to make. This is where we start to grow, when we let ourselves play and just let go and experience as we're doing it. Now, yes, I have to have a devil's advocate moment. So yes, it is important to think about color theory when we are doing paintings and creativity and, just making pretty things. And yes, we need to think about composition and contrast, dynamics, framing, all these things. But not always. Not when you just need to breathe. Not when you want to be expressive and abstract. Not when you want to experiment. If you are using this time to just learn a new technique, you don't need to think about the proper framing or the proper color harmonies to use. If you are trying to just learn how to use a palette knife, experiment however you want. If you are trying for the first time just to use art as a tool towards expression and healing, let the emotions that you have drive your actions. Don't try to think about what you should be doing. Just let go and experience. Experimentation isn't about setting out to create the next great painting. It's about trying new things. Whether that is adding scrapbooking paper to your creative process, like I'm doing here today, where I just grabbed some basic watercolor paper and just started creating. Or if you're trying to use a brand new paintbrush to you, like one that's made with materials that you aren't familiar with. So, for example, you're trying something that has a lot more of a texture capability. So it's more like a hog brush type of paintbrush. So it's going to give you big lines and texture and, just something different compared to, say, for example, a smooth handled haired brush. Now, starting this creative process with letting go and just embracing what comes next with each step can be, hard. When I first started to really try to let go, I still had a faint little voice in the back of my head telling me to remember my color theory, that voice that would compare myself to others. And, I was comparing their completed beautiful pieces that they actually put intention into versus the experience of just exploring. And it made everything less enjoyable. It made it feel more pressured, heavy. We want this experience and this time where we're creating to actually be more light and releasing. So telling myself it's okay to not create that standard beauty, telling myself that just the creative process itself is beauty, and that it's okay for it to be an ugly painting. I needed to let myself trust the process. Trusting the process is also a process in and of itself, but finding a ritual that is suited for you, that'll really help you get into that mental headspace for doing these experiments and expressions and doing something to help you grow. Now, what I like to do before I start these kind of days when I'm sitting down and painting like this is I pull one of my affirmations from Blue Serenity. I perform a ritual of sorts. So I pull my card, I do some deep breathing, I put music on, and as I'm creating, I allow my body to take breaks in between things. I take steps back. I dance to the music. I move my body, and I repeat my affirmation to myself more than once. I'll even take a look at it. I'll have it on display somewhere I can see it. You'll find that over time, your instincts will direct you. So if you are picking colors right now at the beginning stages and you aren't too sure about whether or not they all go together, the more you experiment and the more you do things and start combining your creative expression time as well as, working on completed pieces, those two skills will start to blend together as you go. And you'll find that even during your creative expression time, when you're getting messy, you might be pulling colors that really call to your soul, but colors that also complement them and work to express and show what you're expressing. It's kind of like this endless loop where one will feed into the other and so forth. Also, I want to say it's really important to take as much time or as little as you need for these expressive experimentations that you're working on. I find the faster I work, the less likely I am to question the things that I'm doing and to really put my body into it. So spending about 30 minutes to maybe an hour to do something is kind of my limit. Typically I do 30-ish minutes, but for you yourself, it might be maybe a 10-minute quick drawing. Or even, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour. It might be whatever you need and are capable of doing. It's important to remember that during this time, it's just about expression, experimentation, and finding your creative voice. You will find the process that works best for you, and I believe in your abilities to find the path for you with using art as a tool towards healing and expression. And as you do, that's when the fun for you will begin and when the voices will silence and you'll find your peace. All right, everyone. That's it for today's video. I hope this is helpful for you on your journey towards using art as a tool towards healing. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section below. And until next time, stay magical.